Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. Today we're playing with Terrazzo dip powder. I have never played with them before. This video is sponsored by Marullo Nail Co. She is just an incredible business, y'all. One to look out for. If you saw last week's video, you heard me rave about this company. I've been playing with her products now for a couple weeks. And y'all, spoiler alert, there is no clickbait here, there's no gatekeeping. She is a company to try. The products are just incredible. They are so pigmented, extremely easy to use. She has some of the most unique dip powders I've ever seen. This whole concept of Terrazzo dip powder, I mean, like I have never seen that before. So I'm excited to share this company with y'all today. So here's the packaging. It comes with this cute thank you note. And yes, she is a Chelsea as well. Here's the other side so you get to see the jars packaged inside. And speaking of jars, I raved about them in my last video. They are stunning. These are the prettiest dip powder jars that I have ever seen. And yes, they are still functional. Here's how it looks on the inside. This is one of those toppers that I will be demonstrating today. Here are all of the toppers together that she sent over. I have on the right side here the name, so you can take a quick screenshot if you like any of them. This is how they work. So you can put this topper on top of a solid shade or all on its own. Here are two of her micro matte glitters, and y'all, this golden hour one is just stunning. And then here are some really gorgeous solid shades that she also sent over. The pairing possibilities of all of these are endless, and they are like a one coat coverage, just absolutely so pigmented and so easy to use. Next up, we've got some fun tools. So this is a cuticle pusher. This is a pumice cuticle pusher to remove cuticle, and then this is a little silicone end to press down glitter pieces. And of course, y'all, this sparkly dusting brush is stunning. And then we have this precision tool. So right here is the waxy end to pick things up, and then on the other end, we're going to be using this tool a lot in the video to clean out our cuticle area. To start, I'm going to use French Kiss, which is her solid white shade. I've got my Azure 2-in-1 dip powder liquids today. I'm going to do a full layer across my entire nail and then dip into the white. Then while it's still wet, I'm going to use the precision tool to clean around my cuticle area. This is how we're going to get a crisp, clean look with our dip powder today. Look at that coverage of this white. I always say a company that has a good quality white dip powder that's easy to use speaks volumes about the company. You can see it's not patchy at all, and it's a great coverage. It's dry. I'm going to dust everything off and go in for my second layer. So second layer is another full layer of my base liquid and dipping into the white. It comes out with a beautiful, even, full coverage white. So crisp, so easy to use. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit up here around my cuticle area and repeat these steps for my ring finger. Then you guys, we're going to be doing the topper on top of this white shade later. All right, y'all, we are done with the white. So now we're going to dust everything off and start on our next shade. So I like to go lightest shade to darkest or more pigmented. So next I'm going to use Irish Julep, and we're going to do another full layer on our middle finger and dip into this green shade. Look at how stunning this is after just one layer. Once it's dry, I will dust it off and start on my second layer. Time for layer number 2, so we're going to do another full layer across our entire nail, avoiding our skin and dipping into the powder. You can also pour over as well if you would like, but the coverage is just chef's kiss. Now we can use Brickle Ave. So we're going to do another full layer and dipping in, and then you just sit and admire that beautiful, stunning shade and coverage. This is in real time. I just sat and stared at it because it's stunning. If you watched my last video, you heard me rave about this company, and I truly mean every word. Look at that coverage. I could not get over it. Every single one of her powders that I used and swatched were just like this. So easy to use and a beautiful, even coverage. That is it for the solid shades. We're going to start on the Terrazzo topper. I chose Bikini Bottom. I'm going to pour it out in a cupcake liner so it's easier to use. So basically it's a base of clear dip powder with these beautiful flakes inside that are so easy to use and very beginner friendly. I'm going to do a full layer across my entire nail and then lay my nail flat on top. Once I'm happy with the coverage, I'm going to gently press everything down on top of the nail to make sure it's laying flat, removing anything that's sticking off of the edges. What's really cool about these flakes and why they're easier to use than chunky glitters is because when you press them down, they lay down flat easily. And if there's anything sticking up, if you press it down, it will break. Unlike a chunky glitter that's going to just stick up and be really raised or really thick on the nail, these lay down super easily. Not to mention the fact that you do not have to clear encapsulate this. So I'm going to repeat these steps on my ring finger, laying my nail flat on top of here, and then we're going to press everything down. So when she told me that I did not have to clear encapsulate it, I didn't even believe her. I was like, what? This is crazy. She even sent me a video so I could see it firsthand with instructions. I tried it myself. And y'all, it works. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull some of those pieces aside so I can do a little bit of hand placing because I'd like some more pop of color here. Then I'm going to use the waxy side of my precision tool to pick it up and place it on the nail where I'd like it. I'm going to repeat these steps and fill in any bare spots on my ring finger as well. And then when I'm happy with it, I'm going to dust off the excess powder on the rest of the nails now that everything is nice and dry. Speaking of clear, I will be using clear dip powder to encapsulate the solid shades, but I'm going to show you, you do not have to use it on top of this, which is unheard of. I've never done anything like this before. I've always clear capped everything, but I'm going to show y'all it works. With my base liquid, I'm going to apply a layer of this across each of the solid nails and dip into the clear. So this is my norm. I always do 2 layers of solid shades and then a layer of clear on top. But this is why it's so cool with these toppers, because you can do them all by themselves or on a layer of color or 2 layers of color, and that serves as your encapsulation layer. So each of my nails right now are 3 layers. Yes, you can do clear on top if you would like. Just remember, then that would be 4 full layers of dip powder. So you don't have to, but if you want to, you can. Now I'm going to apply a really generous layer of activator to each of the nails. We want this to penetrate through all of the dip powder layers, and we're going to let this sit for 2 minutes before going into shaping. I wanted to show you this is just how nice and even it already is after the activator. So it's laying down beautifully, and I can't wait to show you guys how this works with a buffing block. So with the 180 grit side of my nail file, I'm just going to go around my free edge shape first, and then I'm going to show y'all how to do the buffing block on top of these Terrazzo toppers. Now with my buffing block, I'm committing the ultimate sin, and I'm going right on top of this with no clear dip powder. It just boggles my brain, y'all. This is in real time. This is how hard I'm pressing and how much I'm going over top of these little colorful flakes. No colors are being removed. The only thing that's going to be removed is any of those pieces that are sticking up slightly. So any edges or anything that is sticking up that needs to be buffed down is. That's how quick and easy it is. You can see just how smooth my finger is going over top of it. I cannot believe this worked. I truly was a skeptic, but it is such a cool concept because you could never get away with doing that with any glitters. Just for more proof, I'm showing y'all again, I did this right on top of my ring finger as well, and it worked beautifully. Smooth as could be. No issues, everything just works. I could not get over it. Finished buffing the rest of the nails off camera, so I'm going to dust it all off, and now we're going to activate again. So I'm going to apply a very generous layer of activator to each of the nails and wait 2 minutes before going in for my top coat. I think this combo is definitely giving a Barbie retro vibe. I'm going to use a dry lint-free wipe now. It's been 2 minutes, and rub it across all of the nails to remove any leftover activator residue. Then with my top coat, I'm going to apply 3 quick strokes on the nail. That's all you need for your first layer of dip powder top coat. Then once I'm done doing each of the nails, I'm going to let that dry and go in for my second layer.
The second layer is more precise, more detailed, getting all the way over to those sidewalls and capping off the free edge. That's going to seal it all in and protect it from cracking and chipping. Y'all, I feel like I've been living under a rock that I've never tried or even seen, heard of terrazzo dips, especially toppers. Like, how cool is that, that this is the topper? You don't have to do any clear encapsulating on top. I just love it. The colors are so versatile that you can put these all by themselves, all on their own. Just incredible. Like, have I been living under a rock? Because how much fun is this and how easy they are to use instead of chunky glitters that can be difficult. Thank you so much, Chelsea, again, for supporting my channel, sponsoring today's video, and ultimately letting me play with your products, because I feel privileged that I got to. I included her in last week's video. I've said it 100 times, and there is a reason for that. The quality is incredible. The jars are the prettiest jars that I have ever seen. And these terrazzo tips are truly unique. If you're looking for something fun and different, y'all, she's got it. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see y'all next week.